Nanaya Fakoya-Smith here, aka Ajala Nene of Nelewa. And today we're about the Tourism Virtual Summit, and we have someone here to talk about vision, how we're going to be the vision for our tourism business. And this lady is someone who I really respect and I follow, and she's my vision board, my vision consultant. I call her my vision consultant. Hi, Folakemi, how are you, darling?
Hi, Nene. I'm so fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for coming on board. We appreciate it. So please introduce yourself, please.
All right. So my name is Folakemi Odesola, and I am a personal development coach. What I do is that I help people to clarify their visions. I'm actually a vision clarity expert, and I help people clarify their visions and also work towards strategies that help them actualize those visions. So, and the reason why I do this is because personally, it was what helped me. It was what helped me in my own journey. I wanted to be fulfilled. I wanted to build a legacy for my children, and I also wanted to impact lives. And I found vision as that tool that helped me to do that. So I help people do that in their lives and businesses.
Okay,
that's what I do.
Awesome. I'm a testimony to that because you've helped me a lot to build my own vision. So yes, guys, this lady is the vision person. We call her the vision board queen, the queen of vision boards. So first question I'm going to ask you is this. Please tell us about your signature system called visualization. Tell us more about it.
All right. So the visualization method, visualization system is it's a system that was born out of my own personal journey. So I realized that there's some things that I was doing, and sometimes we just hit success by, it's almost as if it is, as if it was unintentional, right? But when we go back and then we trace our steps and then we start to connect the dots and all that, we realize that there was actually a process to everything that we did. And so the entire process, that I followed in my own life, towards gaining clarity of vision, finding my path, understanding how exactly to go about my goals and hitting them and finding success and all in my life and my business, is what I packaged together into visualization. Okay. And so what visualization actually is that it is like the art and science, of envisioning, for your life, designing the exact life, that you desire, and then building capacity to be able to actualize those visions. Because I figure if you don't build capacity, sometimes you try to do some things and realize you can't. It means that you haven't built capacity to be able to do that. So you have to be able to build capacity, the discipline and everything that you need to be able to be on your journey. So that's what visualization is. It helps you envision, for your life, design the exact life that you desire, and then work towards actualizing, your vision, build capacity to actualize your vision. So that's what it is in a nutshell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So why is it important for someone who wants to start a tourism business to have a clear vision? Why is it important?
Wow. For any journey at all in life, it is so important, and I started, so I'm a business owner as well. Professionally, I'm an architect and I have a design business, and I started out my business without really understanding what my vision, for that business was. I started my business in 2011. Then my vision for my business, I just understood around 2016, 2017, 2016. So it took me about 5 years to be able to really understand what my own vision for my business was. And then but when I realized that something was missing, it didn't take me so long to just tell myself, what, you have to just go back to the drawing board and start from the beginning. And so I started from the beginning, and this is 2 years on, 2 years from 2016. And then the rate at which things have happened is just phenomenal. So I feel, and I think that, the vision is always the starting point. And I'm going to just try and give like an analogy, using like design, because that's my field. Now, if you want to build, like a house, you want to build a building or something like that, you have to first, if you can see or view what the 3-dimensional design, what the final product will be like, then you are excited, and then you are working towards it, and then you can now understand how you can, map your plans and all that until you to actualize that building. And it's the same thing with our businesses and the same thing with life. If you don't understand what your business is, in fact, one of the dangers is that you will never be able to scale up. So you start out, you will be stuck at the startup phase for a very long time, which was what happened to me. So I was stuck at the startup phase for 5 years, 5 good years, after starting my business, but immediately I understood what my vision was. I could see way ahead, and then I knew how to keep moving and how to get there, so it's very important for somebody who owns a tourism business, to be able to understand where they are going. What exactly am I in for? Actually, different angles. So you understand for yourself, what your path is, what your own pictures and your dreams and your ideas for this business are, what you intend to do with people, so it just gives you like a whole, it's like a container, right?
Yeah.
It's like a structure, but it has no boundaries. And then you can, and I think, like I said, the most important fact is that you'd be able to scale up, because when you see that vision, you're not going to be able to do everything at once, but you go step by step, and you always know what the next step is, when you start from understanding your vision, so it really, really, really is pro growth, for every tourism business. It's very important for every tourism business. It's going to be very easy to scale up.
Okay.
One of the main important.
So you're saying vision board is like a blueprint of where you want to go to in your business.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a vision, yes, is like a blueprint, and then the vision board is like, it's just a physical representation of that blueprint.
Okay.
So it's like you having your blueprint physically.
Yeah. Okay, you just mentioned vision board. Please, can you tell us what a vision board is, at least for those who don't really know?
All right. So a vision board is actually a board where you cut and you paste your vision, everything, your dreams, your goals and your dreams, everything that you really want, for your business. So you can actually create a vision board for your life. I call those life boards, and then you can create a vision board for like different aspects of your life. Of which work is one of the aspects of life. So now we're talking about tourism businesses. So if you're in the tourism business, you can actually create a vision board for your tourism business. And what goes on your board is just all the things that you've always wanted to do with this business. Everything that ticks your fancy, everything that makes you feel that gets you passionate and makes you stand up in the morning. So you cut images of all these kind of things, all these things, and words as well, words that inspire you, images, of all these kind of things, and then you put it on your vision board. You paste it there. Now, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that a vision board is just a tool where you just cut and paste any kind of picture. Not any kind, it's not just any kind of picture. You can't just put any picture you like.
Yeah.
This has to be so, because this is something that, so it's like coming from descriptive writing. So in fact, the first process, that I go through, with people is I get them to journal what they really want. And then from journaling and writing what you want, then we now start to take those things, those words, and then express them, in pictorial format. So you now start to cut out images and pictures that connect with you exactly the way you have described, in your journal. And then you paste them on the board. One of the things that the vision board does, is that it allows you to be very aligned and focused. So at the point where you're creating the vision board, you're not thinking of your competitors, you're not thinking of any other person. This is your life, this is your business, this is what you want. So you're actually pasting everything that goes on the board is yours. And one thing that the vision board does is, imagine that you had a competitor. Then I imagine that I was in tourism business and you were also in tourism business. And then we had the same goals, we felt like we had the same goals and everything. If I tell us to create, we both create like a vision board now, our vision boards will never look the same.
Yeah.
So you start from that point. So it's a practical exercise and a tool that makes you realize that you are unique. No one else has the same kind of dreams, that you have. So goals might be similar, but the vision is always very different. And this is where I like people to, so the goals can get people competing with each other. But whenever you talk about the vision, it's always different.
Yeah.
The reasons why in fact, because your vision has a lot to do with your purpose. So your purpose for coming to this earth is very different from mine. My vision and the things I see is very, we might even have the same role model. And then I know that you and I have T.Y. Bello as one of our girl. But we probably have her up there for different reasons. For different reasons. We love the same person, but for different reasons. So the vision board, it's I love it because it's like a practical thing. If I keep on telling you from now to next tomorrow, you are different from this person, your tourism business is different, this and that is different, you probably won't believe me. But if I say, you know what, let's build a vision board right now, you would realize, it's something that is so physical and plain to see, that the things that you have stored up inside of you, your dreams, your desires, everything you've always wanted, right from when you were a little girl or a little guy, it's very different from what the next person wants, And so the vision board makes you focused, makes you know exactly what you want, makes you discover yourself. Your stories start to match up, your experiences start to match up, and this is the beauty of the vision board. It's where you place all your, so it's like, it shows you transformational information, like information that will transform you from who you are or where your business is to where your business needs to be. Yeah. And it will also suggest to you how to make that transition. You know, it will suggest you how to go from point A to point B, you know, because when you keep on looking at the images and you say, oh, this is what I want to be featured on this platform. I want discovery, I want this, I want that. And it just lets you know, that this is it. So that's the beauty about the vision board.
Okay, also, so she's talking about vision board. Here is mine. my frame's fault, but this is my own vision board, guys. So TTY Bill are there too, like hers. So this is my own live vision board. This is where I have my business over here. So I do photography, fashion, tourism, and all that. So this is my vision. This is what I built this in 2017 when I went for Folakemi's first vision board hangout. That was the first time I actually met Folakemi like live. And after that, I built my own vision board. So guys, this is how a vision board should look like. So I put my family here, my religion here, the people I admire, I like to work with, and then center here is my spiritual life. So so this is an example of what the vision board is. My frame, like I said, is bold, but you can frame this for yourself. So yeah, I hope you guys understand, Sha. I have to show them my own. It's necessary.
Yeah.
So what are the requirements to build a vision board? Let's give us at least 4 to 5 requirements.
Okay, so the first thing is that you need so you could have, so I like to go overboard and use framed boards and all that, but really you can use a cardboard. You can have pictures from magazines, so the kind of magazines that inspire you and that that you would find the kind of images you're looking for. You use those magazines, and if you can't find them in the magazine, because it's not every time you find what you're looking for in the magazine, then you can have a printer on standby when you can print those images. So the first one, if you have a cardboard, you have like the magazines, the clippings and all, stickers and all that say yay, and this and that, things that motivate and inspire you. You have your scissors and your glue, and that's it, for your vision board. But it's the process to getting, it's the process to, before you get to, building that board, you need to be able to access your information from within, so journal, you need to journal and write down exactly what you want and all that. So I would say a journal, first and foremost, to write down everything that you want. Then I would say a cardboard, your scissors, your pictures, your glue stick, and you're good to go.
And then a frame. Don't be deceived by all these other frames. They'll be hanging. Okay, so our next question is this. Tell us more about your vision capturing and vision boarding workshop and masterclass.
Wow. All right. So in January 2017, I started to hold vision board hangouts, for people, and then we would get together and then we'll talk about, I'll get people together and then we'll talk about, what vision is, how to get your vision activated, by building a board, and then how to actualize it and all. And then I realized that not so many people were taking action, most of the things, on the steps. So Nene and just very few people, because they're go-getters and action people, we're taking action, but not everybody was able to do that. And I really understand, it's not everybody who is able to do, especially when they're on their own, so I had to, when 2018 came, I felt that necessity, to start, with a workshop, as opposed to just a vision board hangout, to start with a workshop, an actual vision board workshop where people will build their workshops there, or even start it. Because, sometimes it's not easy to complete it, because you still have a lot of, some people are just hearing about this for the first time. So there's a lot going on in their head, and all that. But the idea is to get them to actually start this journey, of envisioning, and actually laying it plain, so you can see your vision right in front of you. So that's what my vision board workshop is. And in that workshop, I use my visualization system method in that workshop, to get them to go from, so it's actually a transformational workshop. It's not just about building the board, but it's the process, the process up that leads up to that point. It's all about discovery, envisioning, designing your life, planning for it, and knowing how to actually actualize your vision. So that's what we do at the vision board workshop. And so far so good. We've had I think close to over 50 people. So I have like a Oh, it's more than 50. It should be over 60 right now. I have a physical workshop, and then every time, most of the time after a physical workshop, I have to do the online workshop because there's so many people who are not able to attend physically and who are not in the same geographical region. So the online workshop takes care of people from all other areas of the world, all other parts. And through these workshops, I've been able to work with people in about 6 countries, to get them to, actually get dreaming, get visualizing and actualizing their visions.
Okay.
So that's what the workshop is all about. Yeah.
Okay. So when is your next workshop, please?
Oh, my next workshop. In fact, we're stepping it up this time, because I realized that, doing these workshops, on my own, I am only able to plan one workshop per quarter, and I feel like there's so many more people who need to hear about this. So we're switching it up. And this is the first time I'm saying this, and it's on your show. The first time I'm saying we're switching it up. What we're doing, the model that we're going to create now is we're going to make people to actually throw their own hangouts.
Oh, beautiful.
So somebody comes together, like Nene comes together with about 10 to 20 of her own female friends. So she calls them all together, and then I get invited to facilitate that particular workshop.
Okay, I think we should do one for our tourism business, business show. So I'm actually doing a workshop. So probably the next one I'm going to do a vision board, tourism vision board hangout. That'll be awesome. So we'll talk about that.
So people are going to throw their workshops, and it makes it easy because I figure that I can distribute myself that way. I can have, for example, we have 4 weeks in a month, and people can, you can take this weekend and say, oh, my friends are gathering that weekend, my friends are gathering, and all I need to do is just pop in. And then have that 3 to 4 hour session, with them, get them to do every single thing that they need to do, and then move on to the next. So it kind of cuts out all the bureaucracy, and everything. And it's cheaper as well.
Yeah.
Because when I plan the workshop and people have to attend, because I have a lot of logistics and all that, to handle, it's always more expensive. But when people throw their workshops for themselves, the price so they can handle it anyhow they like, eat whatever they want to eat, do whatever it is that they want. It's easier for you, and the fee that comes my own way is less than what I would have asked for if I was the one that was handling that workshop. So it makes it easier. It cuts it to about 30%, of the price.
Okay, awesome. So that means, since you've told me first, I'll be the first person to do my own first vision board hangout with you guys. All right. So our last question, please kindly share some testimonies of people who have used your visualization programs.
Okay. So for people who have come on that program, one of the greatest testimonies was from my friend, and she's also in tourism business. Her name is Fumi Oyatogo.
Oh, my girl, TVP lady.
So Fumi's testimony to me her testimonial was very, very good. Was very great. To me, it seemed, so she says that she's always, and Fumi she's a go-getter. She's someone who, knows, what she wants and all. And so it was very, I felt like it was a privilege, to work with her, to help her find more clarity, because clarity, some people feel that when you talk about clarity, it's just at one stage. There are different levels of clarity, and even me, there's still a higher level of clarity that I need to get to. As long as you're alive, there's always a higher phase, so to get to the next stage, you need clarity to get to the next stage. So when Fumi came on my visualization workshop, she came on the online workshop, because she somehow she just missed the physical workshop, but she came for the online workshop. And then when she came, one of the things that she said that she was able to do was that she was able to find clarity of direction, for her business. She knew outright, okay, this was what I wanted to do. It's all about me. It's not about any other person. It's about this business. It's all about the benefits of this business to all the other people out there. So she said, clarity of direction. And she canvassed for this so much, she loved it so much that for the next workshop that was going to, in fact, Fumi, she even blogged about it. She got her mom to attend the next physical workshop. It was so, that's one of like the big, testimonials, to be able to help like a business owner, especially somebody in the tourism industry, to be able to find clear path and direction for her business, the way she wanted to go, and her business on her terms, not on any other person's terms or anything like that. So that's one. And then because we also do visualization helps you in your life, your business, I concentrate on 5 aspects, So there's the life, there's the business, there's work and business, there's well-being, there's your development, developing yourself, and there's also your contribution, social contribution. We're very big on that. So some other people have testimonials in all those other aspects, but for the tourism business, this is what Fumi was able to do. She was able to find clarity of direction, for her tourism business when she came on visualization workshop. vision board workshop. So in that workshop, we use the visualization system. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Folakemi. You have actually shed so much light on why vision is very important when you want to start your own tourism business and any business, like you said, in other areas of our life. So thank you so much, Folakemi. So guys, please keep your eyes peeled. Keep your ears peeled for any of our workshops that you may be doing. And I am definitely going to do a tourism business hangout, vision board hangout.
Yeah.
It's very important that people know what they want for their tourism business. All right, then. Thanks so much, Folakemi. Thanks for being on board. All right, bye.
Bye.